Katerina here. Welcome to my kitchen. Today is date night here at my home. My husband's golfing and I'm going to make a little surprise dinner for him. And the theme is Tuscan, and we're going to start with a beautiful lemon cake. Okay, let's get started. First of all, you're going to have to preheat your oven at 350 degrees. And now we're going to start with the dry ingredients. We have 3 cups of all-purpose flour. This we're going to add 1 teaspoon of baking soda, 1 teaspoon of salt, and the zest of 2 lemons. Okay, we're just going to give this a really good whisk. Now we're going to start with the wet ingredients and 1 cup of unsalted butter at room temperature. Now all your ingredients have to be at room temperature. This we're going to add 2½ cups of sugar. Okay, the sugar and the butter have been mixing. Now I just want to go through it to make sure you get all the sugar and all the butter combined. Okay, now I'm going to add a 1/3 cup of fresh lemon juice. Okay, now I'm going to add 1 cup of sour cream. Okay, now it's mixing beautifully. So fragrant. Okay, here I have 6 large eggs at room temperature. I'm just going to give them a nice whisk. Okay, now I'm going to add the 6 large eggs. Okay, now I'm going to do another scrape down. I'm going to add the dry ingredients. I'm only going to add ½ cup at a time. I'm down to my last cup of dry ingredients. It's a beautiful pale yellow, and just give it a really good mix, and then I'm going to scrape it down just to make sure it's all mixed. So it's a beautiful pale yellow. Everything's mixed beautifully. It smells incredible. And now I'm just doing a scrape down just to make sure that everything is combined. One more mix and we're done. Along with my theme today of Tuscany, I chose this beautiful sunflower mold that I bought in Italy. If you go away, no matter where you go, hit the stores, hit the supermarkets where the locals shop, you'll find the most beautiful things. So before I put the batter inside, I buttered and floured the mold. And now I'm just going to bang it 4 times just to remove all the air bubbles. So now it's ready for the oven, and your oven should already be preheated at 350, and it's going to go in for about 50-55 minutes. You know your oven. My lemon cake is in the oven baking, and now I'm going to make Caterina's Tuscan bean soup. I have 1 cup of pancetta here. I'm going to put it in my Dutch oven, and I'm going to saute it. Now I'm going to add 3 tablespoons of olive oil to my pancetta. Now to this I'm going to add 3 cleaned and chopped leeks. Okay, so I have 3/4 teaspoon of fennel seeds. I'm just going to chop them this way. They'll be much more fragrant in the soup. Add the crushed fennel seeds. Red chilies, I'm just going to dice them. Okay, good mix. I'm going to add 4 garlic cloves. Okay, now let it saute for approximately 3 minutes. Okay, 2 cans of cannellini beans. Give them a really good rinse. Added the cannelli beans, and now I'm going to add 9 cups of chicken broth. Okay, now that the chicken stock has been added, we're going to leave it here until it comes to a boil. Okay, now I'm going to add 2 bay leaves, and I'm going to remove them before I serve the soup. As a start, I'm going to make a Caprese bruschetta. Okay, so I'm going to make slices about 1 inch. Okay, I'm just going to toast them now on both sides. Okay, I'm going to thinly slice a tomato. I have a fresh mozzarella. I picked it up today. And now I'm going to slice it. Okay, we're ready to plate. We're going to get 2. Now I'm going to add olive oil on top. I'm going to add just a little bit of salt. Okay, now I'm going to add the tomatoes. And again, just a little bit of salt. Now I'm going to add the mozzarella. And 2 little basils on each. Now I'm just going to top it with a little bit of olive oil, just a little bit. Oh, it smells so good. Black pepper. And the Caprese Bruschetta are ready. Easy was that to make, and how beautiful for a starter. So my lemon cake is beautiful. I'm going to let it cool. And now I'm going to make the syrup. Here's 3/4 cup of lemon juice from a lemon. I'm going to add 1/2 cup of sugar. Give it a good mix, mixing until the sugar dissolves. The zest of 1 lemon. And your syrup is ready. Okay. Oh, beautiful! So my beautiful lemon sunflower cake is ready. And while it's still warm, I'm going to pierce through it with a bamboo stick. Now that I've pierced it, the lemon syrup, I'm just going to very slowly just pour over it. I'm going to keep a little bit on the side so I can pour it on the individual pieces. Just a little bit of icing sugar, just a little bit all around the edges. Okay, so it's been simmering for 50 minutes. Now I'm going to add the Tuscan kale. 9 cups of kale. Okay, it's been about 10 minutes, so now I'm going to add salt, about a tablespoon. Going to add some black pepper. It has to simmer for 15 minutes. So my Tuscan bean soup is ready. When my soup is plated, I'm just going to add Parmigiano Reggiano. Here's a wonderful meal. Tonight's going to be a wonderful date night. My honey's going to be really surprised, and in a matter of a couple of hours I made 3 wonderful dishes. The Caprese Bruschetta, the Tuscan bean soup, and the lemon cake. There's no reason why you cannot make these as well. It's Caterina from my home to yours.